Hello everyone, it is Erin Flow today and I am here to show you my Monday.com board. So if you don't know, Monday.com is a productivity website that you can go to manage a team and or yourself for different types of project planning and things like that. So I do a lot of that type of stuff in my bullet journal where I kind of mind map out things. But then I convert digitally because there's a lot of moving parts to a lot of things that I work on. So I'm just going to show you a few of those things today and kind of show you around this Monday.com board and all of that kind of stuff. So the first thing is that you can create a bunch of workspaces. So I have my main workspace for Erin Floated Designs, but if I wanted to do something for my household, for example, I can create a workspace and this can be shared with more people. And then they have like different templates and different boards that you can come up with. So if I go to see more templates, for example, there's a lot of different types of projects that you can do. There's like training projects and managing my orders. This is where I got my manage orders from. Single projects. There's also things like operations. If you want to do all of your orders through Monday.com, you can actually do that. It's not something I would probably do, but I really wish I did because that would make putting everything together in this a little bit easier. And then I also have things like creative team planning and client campaigns and things like that. Social media planner is a big one. So there's a lot of templates that you can use from and then customize it for your own use. And that's what I did for mine. So one of the things that I had to create a duplicate of some of these because just I don't want to ruin surprises. Like, for example, this shows a lot of my future videos and I don't want to show them you all the videos that I have planned out for June. So I just have them labeled as video 1, video 2, video 3, etc. And then there's lots of different ways that you can customize this. For example, this is the video that I'm recording right now, so I can change the status to filming. I edited all of these steps: film, edit, upload, done, and then future steps. I don't really need future steps, but if it is appropriate, then maybe I go back and I highlight some of these videos for my own purposes. And then I have a few different channels as well. I have the Archer and Olive blog because I produce content for that. Shops, which is my Etsy shop and my website. Instagram, Patreon, and YouTube. I'm not to the point where I have Instagram really flushed out on here on like content planning, but it's something that I want to do eventually to help me make sure that I can post content. And I'm looking to do a little bit more content batching in the future. So you can see I have a bunch of my videos already here, and you can see I have like my Patreon live streams also on here as well, labeled as Patreon. And one of the things I really like about this type of system is that there's a lot of different things that you can do. For example, you can look at it as a calendar form. This has it in based on what's going on this month. Another way I could have done this is done it by channel. So this would have been called YouTube, for example. And then I could do my Patreon as a different color, and then they would have shown up as different colors in this calendar view. But I don't utilize that calendar view a lot because I know that my videos get released on Tuesdays and Fridays. But I do look at this Kanban review view a lot. And this is filtered. As you can see, you can save lots of different types of views, but this is currently filtered by the channel. So I can see all of my YouTube, all of my Patreon, all of my shops, etc. So if I want to move my YouTube videos around and say this one is no longer going to be on the 11th, this one's going to be on the 18th, and then switch this one to the 11th, I can easily do that from this view. And then if I go back here, it'll resort everything. And you can see that this video was changed to the 11th and this one changed to the 18th. And then I usually just do a quick sort and save. So that's how I do my content planning at the moment. I also get like video ideas from my patrons a lot. So I'll add an idea up here so that I can add it into the next month or that current month and move things around based on that. And then I also have a section for next month. And if I open up this complete, you can see that it has a lot of my old content in there as well. So that's how I do my content calendar. And then I also have a section for manage orders. So these are the two that I work with the most right now. So I have order 1, for example, and then here are the sub items. So these are the things that they ordered. And that way I can say done, and then this one is not complete. But once I do complete this, it automatically will update this status to done and move it over into the complete section. So it's really quick. And it's really nice because especially with me, I have things in my Etsy shop and on Shopify that I have in 2 different lists. So merging it down into one list is super helpful for me, as well as listing all the sub items. The only problem that I have with this currently is I'm doing everything. Etsy doesn't come into here and say, this is the order and these are your items. And my website is not currently doing that either. Although there are a bunch of like automate options that you can do for workflow. And I've seen something where you can like put your website, like link Shopify here, but I haven't really seen how to do that yet. So I haven't. So those are my 2 main use boards right now. So basically I go in once a week and then I add the new orders in, and that's been working for me pretty well. I do have a little bit of an issue that when I'm typing things out, I don't remember, but when I write things down, I do remember. So for me, like ideally I would like to write out all my orders, but I'm not at a point anymore that I can do that. You know, when I was only getting a couple orders a month, that's one thing, but now that I'm getting quite a bit more, it's too difficult to manage. And I know that I'm going to, at some point, probably have to move on from this setup as well, knowing that if I do get even more orders than I'm currently at, then this may not be a realistic option and I'm going to have to figure out something else. But it's working for me now, so I'm going to just be okay with that. And then the other one I want to show you is these shop release projects. So you can see like my release schedule that's coming up here. I have not updated from June. So I have big releases and mini releases. So every single month I have mini releases, and then every quarter I have bigger releases. So May, August, November, and February are my big release months, where I set these as a new priority with mini, monthly, and add a timeline to them where I want them to kind of land on. So like November 25th is when I would be setting that November big release. And then all of these are in future steps right now. This is kind of the one that I am planning or up next. And then you can add sub items here. I don't want to do that because I didn't create this as a drop down, but these sub items are things that are going to be released in August. So I don't want to ruin the surprise on those though, so I'm not going to go ahead and show them. But you can also arrange this by timeline and things like that as well. So that's basically how I'm using this right now. So for example, after this, I will be doing September 2021 mini release. And basically, I'm working on that mini release once this is done, so August 14th, to the first Friday, because the first Friday of the month is when I typically do my releases, except for the big seasonal releases. And that's going to be a mini monthly. Currently, that is low, and it is on future steps. And usually my patrons will ask me, hey, I'd like this type of stencil, so I'll add this type of stencil in there as one of the items that's going to get released during that month. So if you want to say in how I do different releases and themes and things like that, being a patron, like they really drive my sticker shop. So if you ever are interested in getting a say in what gets released, or you want some custom types of things, being a patron is a really good way to do that. So that is everything with mymonday.com. I also have like video status, but again, I didn't duplicate this. I think I can duplicate the board with only the structure to show you. So I'll have client requests this month done and stuck. And when I add something to this month, it automatically gets added to my content calendar. So this is where I start the video status, and then things get updated to my content calendar. And the same when I change the status here, it can change the status on the content calendar. So a lot of these things get automated together. So it's really about exploring the different types of automations, and they're super easy to do that kind of automation. If I add something new, for example, you can create something custom, and it basically, when this happens, when this date arrives, the release date, do this, and then I can mark it as, change status. Sorry. I'm like, how do I mark it as done? So you set status to done. So that it's pretty easy that way, that you can do a lot of these different types of automations, and they will go ahead and do that for you when it reaches a certain date, or it's a lot of ifs and ands. If this happens and this happens, then do this. So it's structured that way to make it really, really easy for even a person that doesn't know how to build workflows. And I actually do build workflows in my day job, so I know how to get into these automations a little bit more. But it's even easy for the layman's person to be able to pick this up really easily. And they have a lot of different videos to do that. So that's all I've got for you today. I hope you like this video of seeing my Monday.com boards and how I integrate this with how I produce my content. And if you are interested, please let me know in any other types of videos that you want to see surrounding any sort of workflows that you want to add to this, or how I came about doing this. Any questions that you may have for automating your process. I am very interested and would like to answer any questions that you may have. So thank you so much for this. Thank you so much for tuning into this video, and I will see you later. Bye, everyone.